Hello everyone. Today we will start with a very important topic of this chapter, that is the types of chemical reactions. So basically the chemical reactions are of five types. Number one is combination reaction. Number two, decomposition reaction. Number three, displacement reaction. Number four, double displacement reaction. And number five is reduction oxidation reaction. This reaction, that is reduction oxidation reaction, is also known as redox reaction. Firstly, we will discuss the first type of reaction, that is combination reaction, where the term combination means to combine. That means a type of reaction in which two or more reactants react to give products. In general, we can say that let us suppose we have two reactants A and B. When these two reactants combine, they will give product AB. That means both reactants were combined. So this type of reaction is known as combination reaction. For example, let us take the example of a carbon. Carbon is C, having symbol C, plus O2. O2 means oxygen. Whenever we are using oxygen in any type of reaction, that means we are doing the burning of that substance. Here we are using oxygen, which means that we are burning this carbon. When carbon burns in the presence of oxygen, it will give carbon dioxide. You can take the example of carbon as coal. You know that in our daily life we are burning the coal in our houses, so that will produce a smoke which is a carbon dioxide. So when carbon reacts with oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide. That means carbon combines with oxygen and forms carbon dioxide, having formula CO2. So this type of reaction is known as burning of coal. Carbon having various forms, you can use it as coke, coal, etc. Burning means wherever we are using the oxygen, or you can say this is combustion. So the second type of reaction is the formation of water. You know that water having formula H2O. Whenever you have to form the water, you have to use two type of gases. Number one is hydrogen and second is oxygen. When hydrogen and oxygen combines, that will give water. Water having formula H2O. You know that hydrogen and oxygen both are gases, so you can write it in the form of H2 and O2. You have to remember one thing: whenever gases are there, you have to write each and every gas in the form of a molecule. So when hydrogen combines with oxygen, it will give water. So this type of reaction is known as combination reaction. We come to activity 1.4. According to activity 1.4, we have given the calcium oxide, which is also known as quicklime. When this quicklime reacts with water, there is change in the temperature along with the formation of the product. In this case, calcium oxide having formula Ca for calcium and oxide for O reacts with water having formula H2O. Then there will be the combination here. Then combination reaction takes place. It will form calcium hydroxide. The other name for calcium hydroxide is slaked lime, plus along with heat. That means in this case heat is evolved. So the combination reaction is also called the exothermic reaction. In the previous video, we have already discussed about the exothermic reaction. So exothermic reactions are that type of reactions in which heat is evolved or released, where the term exo means exit and thermic means heat. That means in which heat is getting outside. So this type of reaction is known as exothermic reaction. Okay, you have seen that when calcium oxide reacts with water, it forms slaked lime, that is calcium hydroxide. Now this calcium hydroxide, when reacts with carbon dioxide, which is present in the atmosphere, and forms a hard material which is known as calcium carbonate, which is a white marble, along with the water, and water is released. So in this activity, you can take the example of whitewashing of the walls. And you know that, जैसे कि आप लोगों को पता है कि जब हम घर में वाइट वॉशिंग करवाते हैं, जैसे पेंट करवाते हैं, उस टाइम पे क्या होता है, जो हमारा पेंटर होता है हमें बोलता है कि उसको कुछ टाइम के लिए छोड़ने के लिए, दैट मीन्स उसके पास वाइट कलर का कोई सब्सटेंस होता है जिसमें वो वाटर मिक्स करता है, जिससे जो हमारा कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड की फॉर्मेशन होती है। जो कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड बना, जब उसको छोड़ दिया कुछ दिनों के लिए, तब एटमॉस्फेयर में जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है उसके साथ रिएक्ट करती है और उसको ड्राई होने में हेल्प करती है। जो चीज़ ड्राई हो जाती है हमारे वॉल्स के ऊपर, देन उसको क्या बोलते हैं, कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट की लेयर बोलते हैं। दैट मीन्स in this topic the question arises which is used for white washing of the walls. Now you have to write this one, that is calcium oxide, which is known as quicklime. That means quicklime is used for whitewashing, and when this quicklime reacts with water it will form slaked lime. Now see here, this calcium carbonate which is used for the whitewashing of the walls, that means this is not used for whitewashing, but instead calcium oxide is used for whitewashing. Now we will come to the other examples of exothermic reaction. We know that the combination reactions are the exothermic reaction, but there is one contradiction, that all the combination reactions are not exothermic, or you can say all the exothermic reactions are not the combination reactions. Firstly, respiration is an exothermic process. Respiration means inhale and exhale of the gases. But whenever we are inhaling oxygen, at that moment the glucose that we are taking with our food, that will break down in the presence of oxygen that we inhale and convert it into the simpler substances. Now which type of simpler substances? You know that glucose having formula C6H12O6, when it reacts with the oxygen that we inhale, then it will form the products as carbon dioxide that we are exhaling, along with water content that is present in our body, along with the energy. That means in this reaction energy is released. So this type of reaction is known as exothermic reaction. Come to the second reaction. Second reaction is burning of natural gas. Whenever we are talking about the natural gas is that type of gas that is present in our atmosphere. So natural gas is methane. Methane having formula CH4. It is formed from carbon and hydrogen. So this is also named as hydrocarbons, that we will discuss in chapter number 4 of chemistry. When this methane reacts with oxygen, why we are reacting it with oxygen? Because it is given that we have to do the burning of natural gas. When this methane burns in the presence of oxygen, it will form carbon dioxide along with water evolution. Why we are using here arrow? Because this water is present in gaseous form, and gaseous form water means steam. Carbon dioxide is also a gas, that means there is heat evolved in this reaction. So this is the example of exothermic reaction. And have you seen that this is not the combination reaction? In this case hydrogen is removed and oxygen is added. Both are not combining. So this is not a combination reaction. Instead it is a exothermic reaction. Come to the third one. Third reaction is decomposition of vegetable matter. Decomposition of vegetable matter means that we are doing in the biology. That means vegetable matter means the peels of vegetables and fruits, when we dump into somewhere, then it will convert it into compost. Compost means a type of manure. Now the main thing that you have to notice, all the exothermic reactions are not the combination reactions, or vice versa. That means all the combination reactions are not the exothermic reactions. This is all about the first type of reaction, that is combination reaction. Okay. Our second type of reaction is decomposition reaction. Decomposition means decompose. Decompose means breakdown, or you can use the word splitting. A type of reaction in which a one reactant, which is the bigger one, breaks or decompose to give two or more products. In general form we can use, let us suppose we have a reactant AB. When it decomposes, that means breaks or split, it will convert it into A and B. This AB as a whole is known as a reactant, and A and B both in the combined form are known as products. For example, we have to take the example of calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate means it is a white marble. When we heat it, this is the symbol for heat, delta. This is known as delta, a triangle. When calcium carbonate is heated, it will give rise to calcium oxide, CaO. That means this one oxygen goes to calcium and here two oxygens left, so the two substances. That means this calcium carbonate breaks in the presence of heat and gives calcium oxide, which is known as quicklime plus carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a gas, so we will use here the upward arrow. As the decomposition reactions are of three types, so for this we have to remember it with acronym. Acronym means the short form. So the types of decomposition reaction are PET. PET means P stands for photolytic decomposition, E stands for electrolytic decomposition, and T stands for thermal decomposition. Here the word photolytic. Photo means light and lytic means the breakdown. That means a type of reaction in which breakdown or decomposition takes place in the presence of light. The second type of reaction, electrolytic decomposition. Electro means electricity, lytic means breakdown. That means a type of reaction in which breakdown takes place in the presence of electricity. And the third one is thermal decomposition, and the word thermal stands for heat. Now firstly we will discuss about the photolytic decomposition. Photolytic decomposition means a type of decomposition reaction in which the decomposition takes place in the presence of light. So for example, let us suppose this is activity 1.8 that we are discussing here. That means when silver chloride, that is AgCl, when react in the presence of sunlight, it decomposes and gives silver, that is 2Ag, which is a metal, plus evolution of chlorine gas. Why we are using the upward arrow? For the evolution of gas. This silver chloride is white in color. When it decomposes in the presence of sunlight, then it converted into a gray substance, which is a silver. So the second type of reaction is AgBr. AgBr means silver bromide. When silver bromide react in the presence of sunlight, it will give rise to silver and bromine gas. So this reaction is very important because this helps in the white and black photography that is happening in the previous times. That means in the old ages you have seen the black and white photographs of your parents' wedding or any function or in your house. So this in that thing, the silver bromide were used at that time, and when we see that pictures in the sunlight, you can see the type of images. The third type of reaction is electrolytic decomposition. That means a type of reaction in which decomposition takes place in the presence of electricity. For example, we can take the electrolysis of water. Here I have used the wrong arrow, but in this case, firstly you have to use water. You have to show the electrolysis of water. That means when electricity is passed through water, it will give rise to hydrogen and oxygen in the presence of electricity. This activity is very important. This is in accordance with activity 1.7. You have to read that procedure, that what is going on in that. You have to take one mug or a container and use two electrodes, and when you pass electricity from that water which is already present in the mug along with some acid, which is sulfuric acid, then you have seen that this water splits up into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. On one electron, hydrogen is evolved. On the second electrode, oxygen is evolved. So you have to remember on what electrode, on which electrode, which gas is released. So for that you have to use simple method OA. Like we are saying OA. So this O stands for oxygen and A stands for anode. That means on anode, oxygen is released, and on cathode, hydrogen is released. So the breakdown of water into hydrogen and oxygen gases in the presence of electricity is known as electrolytic reduction. To the next one. Next is the last one, the thermal decomposition. Thermal means heat, a type of reaction in which decomposition takes place in the presence of heat. For example, you can take the example of lead nitrate. Lead is Pb, nitrate is NO3. To balance it, we are using here 2 because the lead having valency 2. And when you heat it, it will give PbO, which is a lead oxide, along with NO2, which is nitrogen dioxide, and oxygen, which is a gas with upward arrow. That means oxygen is evolved. Now, the one thing that you have to remember according to this activity is that whenever nitrogen compounds are formed in the reaction, then the brown fumes are formed, and these brown fumes, when present in any type of reaction, then means which indicate the presence of nitrogen dioxide. Now come to activity 1.5. According to activity 1.5, you have ferrous sulfate crystals, and when you heat it, it will give rise to ferric oxide, sulfur dioxide, and sulfur trioxide. How it is formed? Fe 2 times 2 times 4 to the 8 oxygens, 3 here, plus 2. 5 plus 3, 8. 2 sulfur, 2 sulfur. When you balance it, you will get these products. This is ferrous and this is ferric. What is the difference between these two? So see here. So what is the difference between the ferrous and ferric? Whenever ferrous is there, that means this iron having valency plus 2. That means it can lose 2 electrons and become stable. For example, you can take example of ferrous sulfate, that is FeSO4, or we can write it as iron sulfate. Both are the same things. The second is ferric. Ferric having valency plus 3. That means it can lose at max 3 electrons. So you can take the example of ferric oxide, that is Fe2O3. In some cases you have to use ferrous. In some cases you have to use ferric. If you don't remember which one you have to write, ferrous or ferric, then you can write simply the iron. That means iron sulfate, iron oxide. Both are same. So in this activity, we have seen that sulfur compound is formed. So whenever sulfur compound is formed in any type of reaction, then it will take place with the suffocating gas. That means, or in simple words, you can say that whenever any type of suffocating gas is evolved in any type of reaction, which tells us that any sulfur compound is present in the reaction. So ferrous, second thing is the very important thing, that is about the crystals. You have read in the topic that the ferrous sulfate crystals, when heated, it will give rise to that and that. That means ferrous crystal means the some water content is already present in the ferrous sulfate. Crystals means in which water content is present. So in some of the elements or some of the compounds, water content is fixed. Like in this case, in case of iron sulfate or ferrous sulfate, water of crystallization, that means these water molecules that are attached with this compound are fixed. So that's why this water compound is known as the water of crystallization, that we will discuss in detail in chapter number 2. So in this reaction, the important note is that in the decomposition reaction, energy is required to carry out the reaction. Energy may be in the form of heat, in the form of light, or in the form of sunlight. So that's why we can say that a type of reaction in which heat is required or absorbed is called the endothermic reaction. Endo means enter and thermic means heat. A type of reaction in which heat is entering, then that type of reaction is known as endothermic reaction. Now, one important thing that you have to remember is all the decomposition reactions are endothermic reaction. All the decomposition reaction means it may be thermal, it may be photolytic, it may be electrolytic. All type of decomposition reactions are endothermic reactions. This is all about the two types of reaction, combination reaction and decomposition reaction. Next type of reaction that we will discuss later.